Welcome to day 5 of our 30 days of IBDP Expert Insights. We're beginning to look at the cognitive approach today, which can be broken down into 3 main topics. Remember, these are not including the high-level extension topic. The 3 topics can be further broken down into 6 subtopics. And when revising, it's important to remember that the words italicized in black here can be asked only as short answer questions, but you must be familiar with these terms to make sure you're able to answer a 9-mark question about them. Let's look at the first topic, cognitive processing, in more detail. This topic has 3 subtopics. The first 2 are linked to memory, and the third is linked to thinking and decision making, another cognitive process. There are lots of key terms and concepts to remember for the models of memory, schema theory, and models and theories of thinking and decision making. Review your revision notes, identify the key terms and concepts for each of the subtopics, and add them into a table like this. Of course, studies are also important, and make sure you've got 2 studies for every subtopic to make sure you're able to answer an essay for the subtopics. For models of memory, the guide clearly states we have to know 2 models of memory, and it makes sense to choose the multi-store and working memory model because we could be asked short answer questions about them. So they are 2 models of memory that I would suggest making your summary notes about. The guide says we only need to know 1 model for thinking and decision making, and most people will probably have done the dual processing model for this one. But we do need to make sure that we understand the terms rational thinking, which is the control part of thinking, and intuitive thinking, which is the automatic. And again, the dual process model, System 1 and System 2, clearly linked to both of these. And when you fill in your studies, look at the research methods which have been used to investigate the topic of cognitive processing as a whole. I'm sure you'll have a few experiments in there, and possibly even a case study. And for ethical considerations, remember it's again thinking about the topic as a whole, not each of the individual subtopics, all 3 subtopics together. What are the main ethical considerations when we investigate cognitive processing? Or the possible ethical considerations you could discuss are listed here for you, but select the ones which are most relevant to research when investigating cognitive processing. For an SAQ, just 1, but for an essay response question, more than 1 would be required. And here's some practice questions for you to look at. Think about how you would include knowledge for each of them, what studies you would include, and how you demonstrate critical thinking for your essays. For the essay response questions, you'll see a variety of command terms, and it's important to think about how you will structure your responses for each of these command terms. This will be covered in future videos, especially the term of contrast, which may be an unusual one and one you might not feel very confident with. Be sure to watch our video which looks at how to structure responses to contrast questions. The models of memory, schema theory, and models of thinking decision making each have their own key terms, but here are some other fancy words, key words, that can help demonstrate even more knowledge in your responses. Feel free to use the comment section to ask any questions about this video. See you tomorrow for more DP Psychology Insights.